I need lots of jokes and lots of laughs.
Lots of jokes and laughs. I can make that happen.
Lots of jokes, lots of laughs, sunshine.
I mean, you can dance a little if you want. I mean, that's
No, right. I am standing up today, so I may be a little hyper. But I'm usually not hyper at all.
No, not at all.
No,
Not at all.
I'm not even a morning person. Does that surprise you?
No, it doesn't surprise me at all. No, you're. I don't know what you're saying.
Let's go.
Oh. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome into Bacon in Your Mailbox on this Thursday, January the 13th of 2022. This is show number 139.
Woo.
I'm Greg Milby, community storyteller. There is my friend Jana Clark, community fanatic, and we are glad that you are with us today, whether you're watching us live or you're watching us where you can fast forward.
Hey, are you old enough to remember if it's not real, it's Memorex?
I do. I am that old.
Sorry,
Yeah.
you're as old as me.
Yeah, I am. There was a discussion about that last night at the bourbon raffle. We were just talking about VHS and having the DVD and, having the first time you felt like you had money because you had the hard drive recorder.
Oh,
yeah.
For sure. Hey, listen, my husband told me he won a bottle of bourbon. Can you deny or confirm that rumor?
Your husband did win a bottle of bourbon last night.
He did?
Uh-huh. I don't know what he won because, so Give 270, for those that don't know, Give 270 last night did our normal bourbon raffle that we do, our Whiskey Wednesdays. We gave away a bottle of Rock Hill Farms. And then the Louisville Bourbon Club and Hardin County Bourbon Club had joined together and put together, it was 114 prizes.
Well, good. He should have won.
It was like 100
tickets too.
130 some odd bottles of bourbon overall and 114 prizes. Your husband did win a bottle last night. I don't know which one it was. I mean, it was hot and heavy. I mean, those things it was an hour and 40 minutes. I think it took to do that entire thing.
Wow. And so winning aside, did you raise a lot of money? Was it a success?
Oh, it was an extreme success. We don't know what the total is yet. We've got to put the dollar figures together for the bourbon, blah, blah, blah. But I would say it'll be north of $15,000 to $20,000.
Oh my gosh, Greg. That's fabulous.
So it was fun. And then, we had a great time. We did a live broadcast like you and I do, but it was 5 cameras.
Well,
and 2 of them were, Joe Humphrey and Joe Bennett were working mobile cameras.
Oh gosh.
That was a crazy mess. It was a lot of fun, but here I am trying to produce everything and trying to remember which one is which because they're moving around like they're bunny rabbits that have had caffeine for 30 minutes.
Well, it is a live production, so they thought they were on their game, and they probably were a little all over the place. So
it was a blast, though. We had a good time. I think it was a good production. Raised a lot of money, and it was fun. And yes, your husband did win, and believe it or not, I won.
What'd you win?
I won 8 bottles of bourbon last night.
You did not.
I won one of the grand prizes.
Wow.
And 2 candles. So.
Wow.
That's what I mentioned first to Jennifer was the 2 candles.
Right. Yeah. Right. Exactly.
All right. We're getting ahead of ourselves. All right. So good morning to Carter Blankenship. Can't start a morning without that.
Nope.
Good morning. Good morning. Yay! Good morning, Greg.
Morning, Carter. Hopefully your day is off to a great start.
God, that kid has good hair, doesn't he?
He does.
Yeah.
We need an updated video from Carter because now he's got that fancy goatee that he's
I know.
Rocking.
Looking all manly.
Yeah, he does. He does look manly now. He's lost the baby face there. All right, so Bacon in Your Mailbox weather forecast today. It is going to be a cloudy day. 42 degrees, clouds 28 tonight. Colder with times of sun and clouds later on Friday. and we'll see a high of 36. And then it could get interesting again this weekend.
Yeah. Where's the weekend bacon forecast?
That will be coming up later today.
So really, like, is there a good chance that we'll get another winter storm, or what's the word?
There's a real good chance. And so one of the kind of things that we're testing now, so George Herbig, which I mentioned last week with Weather Now Kentucky, which he hit it right on the nose
I
as
went
far
to
as the
follow him
snow.
after you told me all about him and how smart he is.
And he's pretty smart, isn't he? So we are actually going to do an interview this afternoon that is going to kind of give an overview after he puts together the latest model for today. So he will.
Very cool.
So probably 2 or 3 o'clock this afternoon, we'll have a video with George that will be posted. And then I think we're going to attempt to do some other videos too, where they're a little more interactive, where you can ask questions about
I love
stuff.
it.
So we'll see how that goes. I mean, it's no bacon in your mailbox, but.
Well, especially this time of the year. And you know what's funny is I thought the last snow, when we were doing this show, I was like, it's not really going to be that bad. It's been really warm out. It's not going to stick, whatever. And then all of a sudden, in a matter of a few minutes, things got bananas. And thank goodness I had my winter hat and my gloves because I needed them. I went upstairs after we did last weekend's show because I was doing it from my basement. I was working from home.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like I lived in a snow globe.
It was fast.
Fast and crazy. Yes.
Yeah. Lots of snow. Did not get out and play in it. Actually, I guess I shoveled the driveway.
Ooh,
I didn't, I just shoveled it. I did take the snow blower out there because somebody's like, oh, it's a powdery snow. You could probably snow blow it. I mean, you could probably use your backpack blower. That didn't work.
No.
So I shoveled it.
Wow. I think Will did ours, but he didn't do it until maybe Friday morning. I can't remember. The days started to run together with snow days. I can't keep up with what day they are for sure. Yeah.
But could potentially get another one this weekend.
Wow.
Which may make it interesting. Like I leave. I guess I'm going early in the morning. There's the county fairs. They have a conference and a convention every year. Because
I know.
If you ever wonder, if people are watching, if you ever wonder how county fairs come up with all their rides and stuff like that, there's a convention, and you go to the convention and you pick the things. It is the weirdest looking trade show you will ever see in your life.
Right.
Everything from.
Is that this week? Is that start today? When is that?
That actually starts tonight, or late this afternoon. That gets started.
So we actually, true story, took a look at that to see if we might be able to host one of those state conventions locally, and we can't for a different number of reasons, mainly because of their requirements for trade show floor and that sort of thing. But I'm very familiar with that conference. I helped Marty work on the specs for bidding it in future cities and things. So I thought if we couldn't get the business here, I want the meeting to be as good as it can be, because I think if that meeting is good, then all the fairs are better, and that benefits all of us. So
yeah, because that's a challenge and a struggle for a lot of county fairs. And
absolutely.
I'm happy to be on the Hardin County Fair Board. It's not easy to do because you can't make everybody happy, and it's just not going to happen. And quite frankly, there's only a limited amount of funds to be able to do stuff, but we've done well with it. And we hope other fairs learn from what we do and we'll expand too. And Meade County does a great job.
Absolutely. That's great.
All right, let's look who's watching us this morning. There's Morgan Castor. She's at the Beta Convention.
Awesome. Hey, I saw her post from there. High schoolers were there earlier this week, but I think middle schoolers are there now, and she can correct me if I'm wrong. But listen, you need to put us up on the big screen in that student orientation, Morgan, and teach those kids how it's done.
Yeah, there you go. Now we go to the Gaud House for the fair convention, which is you've got older fair board members from around the state and middle school beta kids mixing together. It's just the weirdest thing you ever
Love
see. It's special. Morning, Dad.
Hey, Raj.
Ken Helton's checking in this morning.
Hey, Ken.
That's good. Saw Brian Dennis last night. He stopped by for a couple of minutes. Nice.
Nice.
And the legend, Jay Hobbs.
Did Jay win bourbon last night?
I don't think Jay won bourbon, but he celebrated with us. We had a good time.
Sweet.
So, and then there's Mary Stucker Hall. That's like 2 shows in a row for her.
Hi, Mary.
Yeah.
Very fun.
Yeah. There's Dustin doing his job. We have room at the Sportsplex. I don't know if you have that much room at the Sportsplex.
No, and it's not just space, Dustin. It's some other requirements that they have that and it's just kind of unique to their organization. But we may be able to have them in for a smaller meeting at a different time of the year. So we're working on it, looking toward the future, and going to help them as much as we can.
So I went to the chamber. Well, I didn't go to the chamber luncheon. I got the notes from it. I was working on some other stuff, but our mayors all spoke yesterday at the chamber luncheon.
I heard it went really well.
When you've got things going well in the county,
yeah,
it makes it easier to do a presentation.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
They all 3 seemed a little laid back because they were like, yeah, okay,
hey.
yeah, Blue Oval.
Hardin County's kind of the center of the universe right now, you know? Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh, Brian Dennis says that Kentucky Sports Radio will be at the county fair convention on Saturday. He wants to know if he can take my place on Saturday. Yeah, if you want.
There you go.
Sure.
Why not?
So, Jay says he did not win any bourbon, but he had a great time for a great cause. We did have a great time.
Go. I love it.
It was a good time.
Hey, I also, congratulations, Jay. I read a fantastic article about his son in the paper. Tuesday's Teen, for those that may not know, they feature an outstanding teenager in our community for whatever reason. And goodness, it's so fun to read about a high schooler that is exploring his ministry path. And I know that kid's a good kid. Jay knows that kid's a good kid. But congratulations, Jay, to him and for all of those that got to enjoy that. My whole family, we passed it around and just really had a fun time reading about him.
I told him last night how proud he should be of his kid.
Pretty cool.
I read that and I was proud for him. You know, yes, I was proud for Jay.
Absolutely.
And Betsy, because, you know, it's their work. They put in that work.
Oh,
they've done it.
For sure. Yeah.
So it's very good. Very good article. If you haven't read it, you can go online and see it, Facebook or go to the News Enterprise and check out their e-edition. So it's good. Yep. Winter series of the farmers market.
Hey, let's talk about that. How cool are we that we have a winter farmers market now?
I think it's great.
That doesn't happen in every community.
Well, not every community has the space, and we're starting to develop that, as you know, in tourism.
So fabulous.
The Hardin County Extension Office is going to be hosting that on Saturday from 9 until 2. It is called Happier and Healthier You, and it's going to focus on health and wellness. So, and then I think, so they've got that this Saturday, and if you can't get that on your schedule, I think February the 12th is another one they're going to do. So both those will be held at the Hardin County Extension Office, 111 Opportunity Way.
It's where Ring Road meets the Parkway. So just go to the end of Ring Road before you get on the Parkway. It is right there. You can't miss it. Super nice building, convenient parking. It is just a fabulous facility.
Yeah. So that should be a lot of fun, and especially if you're trying to learn to eat a little better. Maybe you've tried to develop a new you in 2022, yep. And that can be a challenge. Working out's one thing, because there are 8 million workout plans, and one person to tell you that walking is better than running, crawling is better than walking. You should be doing handstands. You've got to do lifting heavy weights, but then other people have to. Then you talk about nutrition.
Yes.
Oh.
I mean, it goes together, and then especially in the winter when it's not. I mean, there maybe aren't what you would expect. There aren't things necessarily coming out of your garden that are fresh, because that focus on eating some good, healthy foods in the wintertime is oftentimes a difficult thing to do, even if you're not trying to embark on a new wellness plan. So I think it's a great idea, and everyone could take advantage of that.
So that's happening on Saturday, again, at the Hardin County Extension Office, or as Dustin says, Big Sexy's office. That's what I call Doug.
Yeah.
Doug Shepard is Big Sexy. And I think it makes my wife very uncomfortable because
I don't call him that, by the way.
Well, that's okay. I do. And we like it when I see him, we embrace. I mean, we give ourselves we go in for a manly hug.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he's big sexy. I've said that for a
Right,
long
well,
time.
That's awesome.
So it's good. But yeah, you can't call him that. That might be a little
Jennifer and
awkward.
I will just stick with Doug.
Yeah. So college basketball. I don't really want to talk about it much.
I mean, it's been kind of a crazy season so far. Are you down in the dumps?
I don't know if I am or not.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I expected much from my
Yeah.
little Cardinals this year. I know there were some people that did, but I didn't watch the game last night. So I guess maybe that's why I'm not 100% disappointed, because I wasn't invested in the time, but
Oh, interesting.
I wish I had an answer. I mean, I probably have a better answer for all those birds that died on Ring Road than I do on why I'm not totally upset that the Cardinals aren't doing that well.
Listen, does anybody really know what happened?
Sidebar. Yes. I don't know. So we'll step off of college basketball for a minute. Let's go to those birds.
What
I don't know.
in the world, Bird?
There's like 150 of them.
Like, it's crazy. We know what didn't happen. It wasn't an electrocution. So Nolan has helped us out with that, because that's what the rumor was.
Did
right?
you read? Did you read the post? I don't know if Sarah Fellows over at No Land wrote that or not, but
Yeah.
I thought it was a great. I thought it was a great post. I got the
So if you read
seriousness of
between
it,
the
but I
lines-
chuckled too.
Yes. If you read between the lines, it basically said, you all listen, birds cannot get electrocuted from sitting on a line, period. That's what they should have said. Instead, we got some great information about what can and can't cause an electrocution in an animal.
Look,
Right?
Sarah Fellows is a great writer. I mean, I'm not 100% sure she wrote that, but
Probably.
I would say she did. And kudos to her, because not only was it an informative post and article, it was an entertaining post and article.
It was entertaining. Yes. Yes.
So, but we just know that the birds weren't electrocuted.
The birds were not electrocuted.
They said, I'd heard that potentially salt that was on the road could have thrown them off a little bit. I don't know.
I don't know.
Maybe Biff the bird was the day he was drawn to lead the birds, and
Yeah,
Biff
maybe they
just
had
sucks at GPS.
Either that or they just had a substitute teacher. Maybe the teacher was out with COVID. They had a sub that really didn't know what was going on and just led him astray downward.
I don't think we'll ever get an answer to that.
Rest in peace.
But that was very interesting. So moving on past that, back to college basketball. Cardinals aren't that good. I mean, it's almost like they have crashed on Ring Road.
They took the same fate as the birds. The Cats, on the other hand, laid it on Vandy the other night.
Yeah, they're starting to click.
She
Turn it on a little bit.
30 in a game. And did you hear an interview after the game? He was like, I never dreamed of scoring 30 points in a game. It just kind of happened. Like, he was so kind of oblivious. Like, I didn't know. I wasn't thinking about it. I just did it.
It is a good deal. So Kentucky, Louisville lost last night, if you didn't hear. NC State beat the Cards 79-63. It was one of those late games at the Center. So that's always the insult to injury. If you go to those games, you're out later. The team didn't perform well, and then you get home late, you get up early, and you're just in a bad mood. Maybe I didn't consume any of that, so it worked out.
The consolation prize is you weren't stuck on the interstate in an ice storm this time, right?
Yeah.
So,
Louisville is at Pittsburgh Saturday at 4:00.
there you go.
Kentucky hosts Tennessee. That'll be interesting.
Yes, it will.
So Tennessee's ranked 22nd and Kentucky is 18th, something like that.
Really? Is that a day game or a night game?
It's a 1:00 game. Yeah.
Oh, so maybe that'll be before the weather gets bad.
I think it's an early game because the NFL playoffs are this weekend too.
Oh, there's NFL playoffs this weekend?
Oh yeah.
There are?
Yeah, I
Who's
know.
playing?
Not my team. Cause we
That's
gotta
okay.
buy.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
That's right. By the way, if you're a Toppers fan, Western Kentucky hosts Rice tonight at 9:00, and then they host North Texas Saturday at 4:00. So
They're fun to watch too.
Good
That
point,
if you can find those games and get them on, because they're good.
J Hobbs, you know where it's at. King Henry is back. Derrick Henry is back. Looking forward to having him there.
Yep.
So NFL playoffs, Titans are off this weekend. We got the bye,
right?
Which is good. Made me very happy. I'll be going to Nashville next weekend. So hopefully there won't be a big snowstorm next weekend.
Hopefully.
That'll be rough. So Raiders and Bengals Saturday at 4:30.
Yep.
Patriots at Bills Saturday at 8:15.
Wow.
Sunday at 1, Eagles at Buccaneers. 49ers at the Cowboys Sunday at 4:30. The Steelers are at the Chiefs Sunday at 8:15. And then we get a Monday night playoff game this year.
How fun is that?
The Cardinals are at the Rams Monday night at 8:15.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
I love it. This is exciting.
So correct me if I'm wrong. The Titans get the winner of the Raiders Bengals game? No.
They get the lowest seed.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
So Kenny Rambo and I've talked about that. I don't think we want the Bengals.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And Jay says go Bengals, but yeah, I don't think we want the Bengals.
But what a great regional matchup.
Yeah, but I don't care about that. If I didn't have my favorite team playing, then yeah, great.
Gosh.
It's a regional matchup.
You're so funny. Yeah, but I don't care about that.
I mean,
how do you really feel about it?
If
Greg?
we're anything, we're honest on this deal.
I listen. Amen to that.
If we're 139 episodes in and you're not playing the honesty game here, we got to talk, Jana.
We got to talk. That's true.
So I like the 49ers Cowboys game because
that'll be good.
That tradition of those two.
Yeah. Yep, for sure.
So I would like to see, no offense, the Steelers beat the Chiefs. I know there's some Chiefs fans out there. Listen,
the Steelers, they may be coming off you know how sometimes after you have a game that is drama filled and full of, you kind of have that lull in the next. I mean, I don't know if that happens at the NFL level anymore, but we'll see. Because last weekend was a lot of drama.
They had two of them.
I know.
They had two drama moments. They had their game going to overtime, and then that crazy Chargers-Raiders game where they talked to that scenario of the two teams tying and going on to the playoffs. And, early on I'm thinking, why would they even mention that? That's not even going to, what's the chance? I get it.
And then look.
And then it goes to overtime. And Herbert, how they played there, Herbert, how they played there late in that game, all those fourth downs that they converted in a row.
Yeah,
it was a game.
I took a nap through that because.
Oh my gosh, you missed a game and a half.
I know, but I only realized it the next day when I was looking at Yahoo Sports, and that's all that was on it. My ESPN app, that's all that was on it, and so you're the first person I've kind of admitted to. Well, I guess now everybody else that I was snoring, like I was napping during that. Woke up after it was done. Yeah,
that's okay. Now.
It happens.
I still, and I know they said it's not true, I still believe the Raiders would have ran that clock out if the Chargers didn't call that timeout.
Agreed.
Yeah. Just the way some of the demeanor was between the players afterwards when they were talking and just what I watched. I don't care what the Raiders management said. I don't care what the coach says. They were going to run that clock out. It just made sense to do that.
Sure, of course.
But anyway, so there you go. NFL playoffs this weekend. Hopefully the Titans get some rest, get the King ready to go, and we'll be in Nashville next weekend.
How fun!
Pumped up. I'm pumped
Did
up. Be my first playoff
Nashville, game friends win bourbon? Because I know that they've kind of gotten on your bourbon raffle train. Did any of them win bourbon last night?
I don't know. There were, oh my gosh, there were, I mean, it was hot and heavy with names.
Okay.
From all over the country.
I knew that. Yeah.
There were a lot of winners from Louisville. There were a lot of winners from Radcliffe and E-Town, some Fort Knox winners.
Awesome.
But there were winners from all over the place.
How fun.
You talk about fun. Our workplace is fun. When you walk into your workplace and there are boxes and boxes of bourbon and bourbon candles just spread everywhere for like a week.
I love it. Very fun.
It was good. And then we actually went to JR Neighbors for a pre-show.
Pre-game.
Pre-game meal.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Fabulous, isn't it?
If you've not been to JR Neighbors, they're not paying us. They're not sponsoring yet, but they should.
Yeah.
Hello, Robin, Wes. Give
It is
Jana a call or me.
spot.
I had the Southern Belle burger last night.
Ooh, what's that?
That is a burger that has a fried green tomato
Ooh.
and pimento cheese on top of it.
Oh my gosh. So good.
That was a game changer.
So I will tell you, I haven't heard of one single person that has not said that the food is phenomenal, that it is Southern, I guess you would call it kind of, it's a modern spin on some Southern dishes, kind of like what you just said. Have you had the deviled eggs?
I have, yes.
Oh my gosh, stop it. There are just so many things that are on that menu. Like, it's going to be hard for me to try other things because I love those deviled eggs. But anyway, that's beside the point. But it has turned out to be a phenomenal spot. And so if you haven't checked it out, check them out. They're not open for lunch yet, but I think they're going to eventually, I hope.
I hope they wait a while because I've got to lose some weight first.
Well, they open at 3. And so here's the thing. If you wanted to, you could just nibble, just have yourself a little, string cheese or something for lunch. Go to JR Neighbors for a late lunch / early dinner before the dinner rush and just have 2 meals in one, because you're going to have so many great choices. You're going to want to do that anyway.
It was good. No, it is. The burgers are a little higher on the price point, but there's a reason. I mean, I'm as cheap as anybody, and I didn't complain. I've not complained once about being there for that.
So you either enjoy it because it is worth it, or you take a little bit of that home and you have 2 meals, and that makes it even more worth it. So.
And then get the sweet potato fries with the sriracha sauce.
Oh my gosh, so good.
Yeah, that's really, really good. I like the tots too, because tater tots, can't go wrong with tater tots.
Can't go wrong with tots.
So, Jana, it happened on this date in history, 1928. Couch potatoes. If you're a couch potato, you can trace your roots to this date when 3 experimental television sets were installed in private homes in New York. There wasn't much to see. They didn't have Netflix or anything. But the test broadcast by General Electric and RCA was a person smoking, followed by a man playing a ukulele. So this was they called today is Couch Potatoes Day because it was the day that they actually put a television in a house to see what it would, what kind of, I don't know. How do you get a reaction for somebody smoking a cigarette on a couch and then somebody playing a ukulele? I don't know. But it would have to,
miracle.
It would have to be impressive that you're watching that in front of you on a screen.
Absolutely. So those people were just stunned. It didn't matter what was on the TV, but the fact that you did research and that they were smoking and then playing a ukulele makes it the best story ever.
Yeah. The first home receivers, you ready for this?
Yep.
1.5 inches square was the size of the screen.
Wow.
Could you imagine us getting together for March Madness, Jana, and watching basketball in 1.5 screens?
No. We'd all have to turn sideways and lean over and look down. We'd be like this on Greg's TV.
Move over, Jana. I can't see. It would be funny. So, 1957, the Frisbee, as we know it, was introduced to the world.
Interesting. I love a good Frisbee game.
Yeah. 1999, Michael Jordan announced his retirement.
Who's Michael Jordan?
I've never heard of him. He's got a shoe, I think. He returned to the NBA in 2001, but he announced his retirement the first time on this date in 1999.
Wow.
And it was on 2016, the largest lottery jackpot in U.S. history, because we talked about it last time and we don't buy lottery tickets.
Right. You can't win if you don't play. How much was it, though?
It was won by 3 ticket holders, which would make me mad.
Yeah. Yeah.
You got to split it?
Yeah, because that's not enough to split 3 ways.
$1.586 billion.
And you would only get a third.
Not even worth buying a ticket.
Not worth it. Hey, let me ask you a question. Say we bought a lottery ticket. Say me and you went in on a lottery ticket, and our number one, and we were in half and half. Would you would you call me, like, if you discovered it, would you call me first because I was on the ticket with you, or would you call your wife and your attorney first?
Okay. That would be, I guess, three options. What I call you, what I call my wife, or what I call my wife and an attorney. You're trying to
Right.
set me up because, of course, I'm going to call my wife first because Jennifer knows them. Look, we're buddies, and I
Yep.
tell we share stuff, bounce stuff off of each other, but I'm still going to go to my wife first. And I would hope that Marvelous Mitch would get a
Yep.
call before I got a call, but the second call better be to me, and the
That's
second
what I was
call would
gonna
be to
say
you. Yeah.
And then we would agree on which attorney we were going to retain to help us maximize our financial windfall.
Right. The cheapest attorney. Yes.
Because we wouldn't be able to afford a good one.
No. We would have to learn our ninja skills because, and I don't know how dumb it is because there's times you sneak around because you don't want anybody to see. Nobody cares. Nobody's watching. So if we won, nobody would know we won.
It's true.
But I would be like a ninja. It'd be in the middle of the night. I'd be calling the attorney like, hey, meet us at the back door.
Hey, if you won the lottery, would you still do bacon?
Yes. We don't do it for money now anyway.
That's what I was waiting on you to say. It has nothing to do with money now.
Right. I mean,
That's interesting.
It's just a release. It's just fun, I think. I mean,
If you won the lottery, would you still drive that big old truck of yours, or would you get like a sports car?
no, I think I would hope. And again, I've not been there, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Because there are people that have said that if they won the lottery, they wouldn't change. And then they win the lottery and they change. I don't know. Now I'm willing to give it a shot if they want to figure that out.
I'll test it out for you. Yeah.
I don't think I would. I don't think I would change much.
Yeah.
Because I would be in it for the long haul. It's not about, because I firmly believe that the more you make, the more you will spend if you allow yourself to do that. The more you get, the more you want.
Yes.
So I feel comfortable, and there are times that I splurge on specific things, but
it's
I
rare.
probably would buy dumb stuff.
Yeah.
But I would hope that I would nest egg a lot of it away and set up a trust for the kids, and then also make sure that I set up a foundation that we would help local charities.
Yeah.
What about you? Would you go crazy and buy all kinds of fancy stuff?
I would have to do that one thing. Like, I think I would have to do that one dumb thing, whether it's, and this is so silly, whether it's just walk into a retail shop somewhere and spend $1,000 on a fabulous purse without even having to worry about it. Like, I think I would have to do one silly thing that I would never do now, ever. And just kind of get it out of my system. And it wouldn't even have to be like a sports car or a boat or a lake. Like, it wouldn't even have to be anything crazy. My husband would gather up a few friends and go and pay for tickets and take everybody to Las Vegas gambling for a weekend. Like, I think that would be his silly thing, because that's really kind of a dream of his. Like, if he ever had the opportunity to do that and foot the bill for the whole thing for his friends, I think he would do that in a minute. But I think my splurge would be smaller. But I would have to do that. And then I think I could do, like you said, I think I could be responsible, take care of me, my family, those around me, that sort of thing, and then have a plan in place.
There'd be a splurge. There's no doubt.
There'd be one dumb buy for me that would only make sense to me, I think.
Yeah. I'm not sure what mine is. I think I would have to know how much money was there. Do you ever watch videos of Mr. Beast?
No.
You got to find this guy. He's on YouTube. Mr. Beast is a guy that became internet famous doing YouTube videos, but his YouTube videos make millions of dollars a month. Now, what he does is extravagant stuff. Like, he went to a used car lot and bought every car on the lot, changed the name of the car lot to Mr. Beast, and then as people came on the lot to look at cars, he sold it to them for $1.
Interesting.
He has done stuff where, hey, you make that jump shot, I'll give you $100,000. To me, I would like to have a nest egg that, it'd have to be invested that it would regenerate. I
Yeah.
would like to, I think that kind of stuff would be fun to do.
Yeah. Like just do some random acts of crazy and surprise people because I love to give gifts. I like to give really thoughtful, fun gifts. And so kind of doing that to catch people off guard, whether it's your company or your family or your church or your school or whatever, that would be that would be it for me.
I love watching his. He's got a video where they're in this house and they order pizza and the pizza guy comes. He's like, "Hey, we need some extra hands to move some stuff in. Can we hire you?" And he's like, "Yeah." And he's, "Well, let me call." He calls his boss and the boss lets him off. So they hire him to help move stuff into the house, and then they need to go buy more stuff. And they're telling him that they're giving this house to a friend of theirs, and he's picking out all this stuff, and they're buying like fancy stuff, and they find out he's got a daughter, so they go buy all this different stuff. And at the very end, they give the guy the house. They're like, "Oh, by the way, you're our friend. This is your house."
How wonderful is that?
Yeah.
That's what I want to do. That's what I would do. You've just given me such a great idea. That's what I would do.
It'd be fun. I think so. So I'd like to do
Without
that.
anyone knowing it. Like I wouldn't no pictures, no cameras, no nothing, no any of that. Like I would just do it for me and I would do a lot of it.
Right. I would let my hair grow out.
Oh, interesting.
Well, because one, I can't. I'd have to get a wig. It'll be a really nice wig. Nobody will know. And then I would change my name to Alan Gregory.
Okay.
And then go do it. So people didn't know it was me.
Yeah. I get it.
So it'd be like, hey. Yeah.
Very fun.
I couldn't be Mr. Beast because there's already Mr. Beast.
Yeah, you'd have to figure out something else.
Yeah. I'd be Mr. Irrelevant. They're like, "Well, why are you doing this?" "Well, that's irrelevant." "Oh, I get it now. That's why you're Mr. Irrelevant." So
yeah.
Anyway, that's what I would do.
I like it.
So, so a number for you today, 8,000. While I was talking about couch potato and I was looking up the couch potato day thing, 8,000. So I've been using this on B1015 on middays. I just find a number and then I go find a stat with that number.
Okay.
Sometimes it doesn't work out as well as I would hope, but other times it does.
Okay.
8,000. That was the number of American households with televisions in 1946.
8,000 households in 1946.
Had a television.
Crazy.
It is mind-boggling to me.
Now we talk about how many televisions are in our house.
Yeah.
And our car and our boats and our bathrooms, right?
Well, I was thinking this, we're watching television on a
right.
phone.
Right.
It's crazy. And it just makes me, sometimes I'll think like if I'm shoveling the snow or mowing a yard or doing something, thinking about this will be one of those things I would think about. What will it be like 20 years from now?
Yes.
That's crazy. Crazy talk.
Craziness.
Yeah, that's about it. I do have some bacon bit stats if you want.
I'll take a bit before I have to go.
Okay. I'll give you a couple bits here. Here you go. Rapid fire some bits. The ancient Romans dropped a piece of toast into their wine for good health. That's why we now raise a toast.
Okay.
The international dialing code for Russia is 007.
Love that.
That's a good one. Did you know
I remember that one?
Yeah, the heart of a shrimp is located in its head.
Okay.
Did you know, because of its shape, the first electric guitar was called the frying pan?
Because it has a handle.
That's it. And here's one to really think about. Pants are responsible for twice as many emergency room accidents and visits than chainsaws.
It's probably because people don't know how to put them on.
Well, sometimes we try to fit ourselves into 28 when we wear 36.
I think it's because people fall over when they're putting them on. Don't you think?
I believe so. It's dangerous.
I don't think it's because they're zipping up their stuff. I think it's because they're falling over.
Now, this is not a public service announcement to stop wearing pants, though.
It is not.
All right.
It's not.
Please. Yeah. Jay says, while new meaning of think with your head and not your heart, huh? But if you're a shrimp,
better think with your head.
yep. Yep. So there you go. Think with your whole head, not your heart.
I love it.
All right, Jana, that's been fun as always.
Good catching up. Hey,
Always good.
stay safe and warm this weekend.
We'll do that. That's Bacon in Your Mailbox for this Thursday, January 13th, show number 139. I'm Greg Milby, community storyteller. And that there is the community fanatic, Jana Clark. Thanks for joining us.
Bye, y'all.